Hello students, welcome to my class. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is matter and its states. Okay, so at first we have to know what is matter. So each and every day we used to see a lot of things around us, and each and everything are made out of substances called matter. Okay, so that means houses, people, earth, sun, moon, etc. each and everything are made out of matter, but some things are there which are not matter, that means that are not made out of matter. So what are these things? Heat, sound, light, etc. This doesn't come under matter. Okay, so how will be able to know what is matter and what is not matter? So the things, anything made out of matter occupies space, and also it will have some weight. That means what? Each and everything which takes up space and has some weight is considered as matter. That means what? If we look toward a book, okay, if we look toward a book, you will be able to find it as matter. Okay, so why? Because books occupy space and also it has some space, it has some weight in it. So if we take this marker, this marker will also be considered as matter. Why? Because it occupies some space and it has some weight. So as for example, if you take air, so air also comes under matter. Why? Because air also occupies space and also it has some weight. So how I will be able to know that air occupies space? So when we fill air inside the balloon, the shape of the balloon becomes what? Bigger. That means what? The air in it means what? It becomes bigger due to the presence of air in it. So we have come to know that air occupies space and also it has some weight in it. So how I will be able to know? Suppose you take a ruler, okay, tie two balloons on both the end of the ruler. One will be filled with air and another will be with no air. So you will find the balloon which is filled with air will be tilted downwards. So from that we have come to know that air occupies space and has some weight. That means from that we have come to the point that each and everything which occupies space and has weight is matter or is made out of matter. So now coming to the next point, states of matter. Okay, so states of matter. So generally matter are of three states. Matter have what? Three states, that are solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay, so some of things like ice, metal, glass, paper, clothes are solid. Why solid? Because what? It has fixed shape and fixed volume. And some liquid, like some things like water, oil, milk, this comes under liquid. And the third one is oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, this comes under gaseous. So from that we come to know that matter have three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. So at first we shall learn about solid. Okay, so at first we shall learn about solid. A table, a chair, a pen, a pencil, a box, a marker, a board. So these things, okay, so these things are solid. Why? Because it has fixed shape and fixed volume. So we cannot change the shape of the solid unless we break it. Okay, so that is why solid are what? Hard. That is why we use these solids to make different kinds of substances. Iron also comes under solid. By the help of this iron, right after melting it, we will be able to make different things like chopper, axe, etc. Okay, so solid has a fixed shape and volume. We cannot change the shape of the solid unless we break it. Solid are hard. Okay, so due to the property of hardness, solid can be melted to make different kinds of substances. Okay, but some solid cannot be squeezed. Solid cannot be squeezed at all. Why? Because solid are very hard and the forces of attraction, the molecular force of attraction between the solid are very strong. That is why you cannot squeeze the solid. But some solids are there which can be compressed, which can be squeezed. So what are this kind of solid? Actually this kind of solid has plenty of air spaces in it, like clothes. Suppose this is a piece of cloth, we can what? We can squeeze it like this. Okay, so why? Because it has a lot of air spaces in it. So when we squeeze it, when we compress it, the air which are present inside it goes out, and when we leave it again, the air comes to take its places. Okay, so some solids are there which can be squeezed and some are there which cannot be squeezed. Okay, so due to the property of hardness, solid can be melted to make different things. Okay, so now coming to the next one, that is what? Liquid. So remember one thing, all solid we cannot squeeze or we cannot compress all the solids. Some solids are there, that means the solids which have air space in it, like sponge. Though sponge is a solid, but we can squeeze it due to the presence of air space in it. Now moving to the next one, that is what? Liquid. So as it is known to us, all liquid do not have a fixed shape but have a fixed volume. Here a volume. So here a new term comes, that is volume. What does means? It means what? The space which something occupies is called its volume. So what does volume mean? The space which something occupies is called its volume. So liquid, in case of liquid, so liquid do not have a fixed shape but have a fixed volume. Suppose if we take 1 liter water inside a jug, it will take the shape of the jug. If we take the same 1 liter water inside a beaker, it will take the shape of the beaker. If we take 1 liter water inside a water bottle, it will take the shape of the water bottle. So from that we have come to know that the shape of the liquid varies. Okay, the shape of the liquid changes according to the shape of the container, but in case of volume, its volume remains shape, that is 1 liter remains same, but its shape will be changed according to the shape of the container. So from that we have come to know that liquid do not have fixed shape but have a fixed volume. Okay, another property is what? Liquid flow easily. Due to the presence of liquid flow easily. Okay, so in case of liquid, as compared to solid, the forces of attraction between the liquid are less as compared to the solid. That is why the forces of attraction between the liquid molecule are less as compared to that of the solid. That is why it can flow easily. Okay, so that is due to this property, whenever liquid falls on the floor, it starts flowing. Okay, so liquid cannot be compressed. Liquid cannot be compressed at all. Suppose what? Take one syringe. Okay, take one syringe, pour it with water. Okay, then you do one thing. You have to press the mouth of the syringe on your palm hardly. Then you have to press the plunger. Okay, so press the plunger. You will find you won't be able to do that. Why? Because liquid cannot be compressed. Okay, so liquid cannot be compressed. So from this we have come to know that liquid do not have a fixed shape but have a fixed volume. Liquid can flow easily, that is why they are called as fluid. So next is what? Gases. Okay, so the next one is what? Gases. So gases are generally what? Colorless. Gases are colorless. That is why we are unable to see it, and it becomes very difficult for us to find out its characteristics. Okay, so what we have to do? So if we fill an air balloon, you will be able to find that its shape will expand. Okay, again if we allow the air to goes out, then you will find what? The shape will squeeze. So from that we have come to know that means gases doesn't have a fixed shape and doesn't have a fixed volume. Okay, gases doesn't have a fixed shape and doesn't have a fixed volume. They flow and spread out everywhere. That is why, so when we burn an incense stick here in this corner, we used to get smell from that corner. Okay, so why this happens? As it is known to us all, so gases doesn't have a fixed shape and volume. That is why what? It can spread everywhere, and the forces of attraction between the molecule are very less as compared to solid and liquid. Okay, so from this we have come to know that so gases doesn't have a fixed shape and doesn't have a fixed volume. So we can fill air balloon of any size with gases. Okay, so gases can be compressed into a small space. So gases can be compressed. That is why we used to find CNG, that is compressed natural gas. In case of cylinder, what the people used to, they used to compress the gas and place it inside the cylinder. So gases can be compressed into some extent. Okay, so you do one thing, draw air into a syringe. Okay, then try to do one thing, draw air into a syringe, and you do one thing, press the mouth of the syringe on your palm harder. Okay, then try to press the plunger. You will be able to compress it to some extent. That means from that we have come to know that gases can be compressed. Okay, so the first thing we have come to know about is what? Solid. Okay, solid have a fixed shape and fixed volume. So due to the property of hardness, we used to make different things by using the solid. Okay, so like iron, etc. Okay, the next one is what? Liquid. Liquid do not have a fixed shape but have a fixed volume. That is why it is easy to transfer them from one place to another. Okay, so and the third one is what? And the last one is what? Gaseous. Gaseous doesn't have a fixed shape, doesn't have a fixed volume. Okay, so now the third one is what? Matter can change state. So matter can change state. It can change state from solid to liquid, and it can change state from liquid to solid. So when we keep water, when we take out ice from the refrigerator, okay, from the refrigerator, what happens to it? So it, due to room temperature, the ice gets converted into what? Liquid. When we place the liquid inside the refrigerator, so it turns into what? Ice. So that the first example is of conversion of matter from solid to liquid, and the second is from what? Liquid to solid. So another example I am giving you to make you understand. Suppose you all have seen burning candles. So when we start burning the candles, what generally happens? So due to heat, wax start what? Melting. Okay, and when it cools down, and it solidifies, it becomes solid when it cools down. Okay, so that is the example of what? Solid to liquid. So when a candle starts melting, the wax in it what? When we burn a candle, the wax in it starts what? Starts melting. So that is solid to liquid, and this, okay, and the next, liquid to solid. So when this molten liquid cools down, it again turns into solid. So that is the example of what? Solid to liquid. So from that we have come to know that matter can change its state from solid to liquid and liquid to solid. And the next one is what? So the next one is what? Liquid to gaseous. So as it is known to us all, the changing of water or any liquid into its gaseous state is called as evaporation. So water evaporates all the time if we heat it, if we do not heat. That is why during a rainy season, generally what we used to do is to dry our clothes inside our houses. Okay, so during that time we may place our clothes, we may dry our under the fan or may not. Okay, so no matter if we dry it, and if we dry our wet clothes under the fan, it will dry a bit faster. But if we dry our clothes under the fan, if we dry our clothes simply in our house, it will also what? It will also dry. So why this happens? So as it is known to us all, water evaporates each and every time, whether we heat it or not. So whenever we heat it, whenever we dry our clothes under sunshine, it dry faster. Why this happens? Because due to sun rays or due to heat, the water which are present in the clothes evaporate faster. But if we simply dry our clothes inside our house during this one, it will dry, but it will take more time. Why? Because heat makes evaporation faster. Okay. So that is what? That is about liquid to what? That is about liquid to gaseous. So liquid to gaseous, and the last one is what? Gaseous to liquid. So you have to remember one thing. So somebody may ask you what is evaporation. Simply you have to say the changing of water or any liquid into its gaseous state is called as evaporation. So you have to remember one more thing also. When we heat something, when we heat water, it evaporates faster. But if we do not heat, then also it will evaporate, but it will evaporate slowly. So heating makes evaporation what? Faster. Okay. So the next one is what? Gaseous to liquid. So gaseous to liquid. So you might have seen whenever mother or you may what? So whenever they cook something, okay. So while cooking, so they used to cover the things which they used to cook, okay. So whenever we take out the cap, okay, whenever we take out the thing by which we used to cover it, we will find what? Tiny droplets of water falling down. So actually what? These are the what? These are the vapor form of what? Liquid. So that means what? Whenever vapor cools down, it changes into liquid. So that means whenever we heat something, whenever we heat water, whenever we boil water, some what? Gaseous comes out. That is what? That is called as what? Gaseous like substances comes out. That is what? That is means evaporation is taking place, okay. So evaporation is taking place. At the same time, suppose what? While cooking something, while boiling something, no, if we place our hand at the top, you will find what? Something will attach to our hand, okay. So whenever we remove our hand, we will find tiny droplets of water coming down. So that is called as what? Condensation. The changing of, that is called as condensation. The changing of vapor to its liquid form is called as what? Condensation. So whenever vapor cools down, it gets converted into liquid. That is called as what? Condensation, okay. So how clouds are formed? So cloud forms when water vapor condense high up in the air. As you know that each and every evaporation takes place. So due to this evaporation, due to evaporation, the vapor gets accumulated over our head, okay, and it condenses and thus form what? Cloud. And again this cloud comes to us in the form of what? Rain, okay. So dew, fog, mist, these are the example of condensation, okay. So mist and fog form when water vapor condenses close to the ground, and dew form when water vapor condenses on leaves, flower or other things on the ground. So here the chapter is over, okay. So if you face any problem, any doubt, you may write on the comment box. Thank you.